you have a debate coming up, a debate between Haley and DeSantis for Iowans, because Iowa is going to be what, Kane, in 2 weeks, if that? The first measure of how, who's going to be the Republican nominee in 2024. And two things. I think that it was lame. I don't think that Fox should be doing standalone town halls. They said that they were doing a town hall with Trump the same night that DeSantis and Haley are having their debate. Now, I think it's fine if you want to say, well, I don't have anything to fear, so I don't feel the need to debate. That's fine to say that. But if you don't have anything to fear and you don't feel like you should answer for anything, then why in the world are you doing a town hall? If you don't feel like you have to answer for anything or talk to anyone about anything, which has been repeatedly stated, then why even do a town hall? So I think it was, one, lame of Fox to do a town hall competing with the debate. I think, two, I think it's lame for the RNC to keep greenlighting these debates without everyone being a part of it. And three, I think the establishment absolutely hates Ron DeSantis. They hate him with the burning passion of 1,000 suns. And I got to tell you, I got to put it all on the table here for a moment, because the establishment has hated this man. They have hated Ron DeSantis since he helped to co-found the Freedom Caucus, back when many of us were in the streets launching the Tea Party. And I was one of the handful of founders on that very first phone call, helping to organize all of these rallies all across the country back in like 08 or 09. So we laid the stage for Trump in 2016. You would not have Trump at all were it not for the Tea Party. That is unarguable. That's the first irrevocable truth. The second is that the establishment hated DeSantis back then. I distinctly remember all of the arrows that went his way from the establishment toadies who were livid that there were Republicans that dared to defy the GOP authority and launch this very grassroots Tea Party caucus within the House. They were livid over this. They went at these lawmakers. They trashed them. I remember going on cable news and arguing with people about this, other Republicans, and arguing with other Republicans about this. So I remember while we were out there fighting for our medical and financial freedoms, when we were out there battling, I went on my own time and my own dime. I paid my own way, my own flights, my own hotel, my own meals. I did not take a cent. And I did this for years, helping in state after, because I believed in it and still do that much. I didn't need to be a grifter like a lot of these people that you see on there, because that's not what I was in it for. I want to be left alone, genuinely. So whatever I have to do to achieve that end, I'm going to do. And all over the country. And as we were sitting here, I was in South Carolina, I was in North Carolina, I was in Virginia. I was everywhere. And there were some people who did get paid, or some people that got their lodgings taken care of. I didn't have to. So I'm like, save your money and use it for ad buys. Save it and use it for infrastructure for phone banking. Save it and use it to advance this cause. And we were out there literally in the streets. We were going door to door. We were in everything. And I wasn't too good. I was on the radio even then. And I wasn't too damn good to do any of this, nor is anybody else. And sometimes it was even more effective, because I could somebody would be like, oh, I don't really want to talk to a regular canvasser. And then I would show up and I'm like, well, you listen to my show, blah, blah, blah. So let's talk. But anyway, long story short, I remember all of the attacks it was him and the other people starting the Freedom Caucus with him. They still hate him to this day. I want you to pay attention to all the people who have been endorsing whom. There is a very distinct line in the sand, folks. All the people that are part of the establishment, they're not endorsing DeSantis. Now, you can like whomever you like. I'm not making the case for any politician. But what I am going to tell you is that the establishment is trying to gaslight you. The establishment that protected Fauci. The establishment that allowed for the largest economic shutdown in this nation's in world history. Shut down our economy. The establishment that didn't want you to send your kids to school. That same establishment hated this man then. They hate him now. The same establishment that was apoplectic. I can't believe you said that Ukraine was a territorial dispute, which it is. The same establishment. But now they're trying to gaslight you. They're trying to co-opt your positions and lie to you and make you believe that those are their own. But see, we see them because we've been watching. We've been through this whole thing before. The same people calling us hobbits are the same ones now that are telling you to shut up and get in line. They're telling you that primaries are irrelevant. They're telling you, well, it's just all a done deal. So, which is, by the way, one of the most anti-American things I've ever heard. I had people in my family that fought and shed blood. So did you. To preserve the way that we govern ourselves. We have primaries in this country because we're Americans. This isn't a monarchy. I've said this for years. We have primaries. We go through the whole process. It is anti-American as hell to demand otherwise. And you should be suspect of the character and motivations of anyone who tells you so. And it's been very fascinating, too, to watch some of these Republican leaders out there that have very progressive voting records to see where they go. Pretend that they've been down with this constitutional conservatism from the get-go, which they haven't. We're not going to let them rewrite history. We see you. No, these people still hate the Tea Party. I remember this very well. And it's also very interesting to watch a Republican National Committee, an RNC, that is absolutely uninterested in giving us, the voters, a full primary to the people on which it depends for its political life. The fracture between constitutional conservatives and the party cogs was never actually repaired. We just decided unofficially we're going to set some disagreements to the side right now for the better of the country and move forward. But they decided that they were going to try to be sneaky about it, thinking that we were stupid and we wouldn't catch on. Once a snake, always a snake. Don't let these people gaslight you. The same ones that called you hobbits are now telling you to shut up and get in line.